Peace and grand rising to the heirs. All rise and stand and remain standing into perpetuity. This is a universal, sovereign, original, natural, divine, Moorish American consular court. We are the Moorish American federal government, the sovereign Moorish American consulate, and the original indigenous Moorish American consular court. We are the most ancient court both in heaven and on earth. Ego sum, governing justice, ROSELINE Spiritus Sanctus, Imamu Ra El Bey, in capitis diminutio nolo, in red ink, in proprio persona sui juris, in proprio solo, and in proprio heredes. My free chosen national appellation of nobility is Rose Spirit Bay, in capitis diminutio nolo, in red ink, in proprio persona sui juris, in proprio solo, and in proprio heredes. No United States corporation, company, person or persons, nor their agents, principals, heirs, assignees, or any derivatives thereof have personam jurisdiction over me or of any sovereign nobility of this earth. This universal, sovereign, lawful cause of action is manifested by the original, indigenous, sovereign, natural, divine people who are the de jure Moorish American federal government, the Moorish American consulate, and the de jure Moorish American consular court. The universal natural area code for this sovereign court is 86P8WR2G with the addition sign 3X, and wherever this sovereign justice may be. This cause of action has the sovereign alpha numeric identifier as macg, MACG, with the addition sign, cause 00000001. Again, that was 00000001, which is noticed to appear to the named United States corporation, company, person, and persons for unlawful occupation of our sovereign, indigenous, ancestral land. The date that the United States corporate company persons was commanded to appear is today, Monday, July 4th, 1442 on the ancient moon calendar and 1443 on the ancient sun calendar, 2022 on the Greco-Roman or Gregorian calendar at 12 p.m. Standard Time, which is 6 p.m. Coordinated Universal Time. All who view the sovereign consular court action on the public record are witnesses. This audio and video platform does not in any way diminish the sovereign authority, universal power, nor the ancestral efficacy of the command given by this court, nor our consulate, nor our sovereign Moorish American government. Lawful notification was given to said United States corporation, company, person, and persons by way of the Moorish federal government email and by the posting on the public record. All of the commerce by said United States corporation, company, person to be named has been terminated by way of our sovereign universal commercial code 1 lien. We, the justices of the Moorish American Consular Court, do hereby execute universal sovereign consular court actions in the favor of all Moors, where unlawful occupation of our sovereign original indigenous land is proven, with nationality status being the proof necessary to activate our sovereign living court to action. This court action is hereby placed on the public record for the public record and letting the public record show that the United States Corporation Company persons are hereby called forth at this time, and each of you persons are commanded to state your name and nationality for the American people who are the American federal government. Once you have stated your name and nationality for the public record, you will then be required to respond to 3 questions by this living court. Your only response shall be yes, if yes is true, or no, if no is true. You are commanded to say nothing further, and no questions will be answered by this sovereign court at this time. At this time, we call forth the following corporate persons. ROSELINE Pierre Blanc, doing business under the worship name ROSELINE Pierre Blanc. You are hereby commanded to state your name and nationality for the record. ROSELINE Pierre Blanc, doing business as ROSELINE Pierre Blanc. You are hereby commanded to state your name and nationality for the record. ROSELINE Pierre Blanc, doing business in the worship name ROSELINE Pierre Blanc. You are hereby commanded to state your name and nationality for the record. ROSELINE Pierre, doing business as ROSELINE Pierre. You are hereby commanded to state your name and nationality for the record. ROSELINE Pierre, doing business as ROSELINE Pierre. You are hereby commanded to state your nationality for the record. ROSELINE Pierre, doing business as ROSELINE Pierre. You are hereby commanded to state your nationality for the record. Islam. ROSELINE Pierre, again. We have done this already, so we will move on. ROSELINE Spiritus Sanctus Imamu Be, doing business as in the worship capacity as ROSELINE Spiritus Sanctus Imamu Be, and all derivatives thereof, for all debtors. You are hereby commanded to state your name and nationality for the record. ROSELINE Spiritus Sanctus Imamu Be, doing business in the worship capacity of ROSELINE Spiritus Sanctus Imamu Be. You are hereby commanded to state your name and nationality for the record. ROSELINE Spiritus Sanctus Imamu Be, doing business under the worship capacity of ROSELINE Spiritus Sanctus Imamu Be. You are hereby commanded to state your name and nationality for the record. ROSELINE Be, doing business in the worship capacity as ROSELINE Be. You are hereby commanded to state your name and nationality for the record. ROSELINE Be, doing business in the worship capacity as ROSELINE Be. You are hereby commanded to state your name and nationality for the record. ROSELINE Be, doing business in the worship capacity as ROSELINE Be. You are hereby commanded to state your name and nationality for the record. Islam. Certificate of the United States citizen for ROSELINE Pierre. You are hereby commanded to state your name and nationality for the record. All United States passport for ROSELINE Pierre Blanc. You are hereby commanded to state your name and nationality for the record. Islam. Adley Pierre Blanc, doing business under the worship name Adely Pierre Blanc. You are hereby commanded to state your name and nationality for the record. Adely Pierre Blanc, doing business as Adely Pierre Blanc. You are hereby commanded to state your name and nationality for the record. Adely Pierre Blanc, doing business under the worship name Adely Pierre Blanc. You are hereby commanded to state your name and nationality for the record. Islam. Destin Gabriel Pierre Blanc, doing business as Destin Gabriel Pierre Blanc. You are hereby commanded to state your name and nationality for the record. Destin Pierre Blanc, doing business under the worship name Destin Pierre Blanc. You are hereby commanded to state your name and nationality for the record. Destin Gabriel Pierre Blanc, doing business as Destin Gabriel Pierre Blanc. You are hereby commanded to state your name and nationality for the record. Islam. 476-27-1901, doing business as a social security number as ROSELINE Pierre Blanc. 476-27-1901, doing business as a social security number for ROSELINE Pierre Blanc. You are hereby commanded to state your name and nationality for the record. 48-87-95-142, doing business as a social security number for Destin Gabriel Pierre Blanc. 48-79-51-42, doing business as a social security of Destin Gabriel Pierre Blanc. 48-79-51-42, doing business as a social security number for Destin Gabriel Pierre Blanc. You are hereby commanded to state your name and nationality for the record. The birth certificate of Destin Gabriel Pierre Blanc that was fraudulently given and fraudulently signed in 2019 with the number assigned to it 036628. You are called forth to state your name and nationality for the record. Islam. Transformative Rose LLC, operating in corporate capacity. All those doing business as Transformative Rose LLC or at Transformative Rose LLC, you are hereby commanded to state your name and nationality for the record. Islam. 2019, 2015, 1015 29th Avenue Southeast, Apartment F, Minneapolis, Minnesota, and also 1375 South Davern Street, Apartment 312, St. Paul, Minnesota, and all domiciles and locations that are associated with any of the worship names given above are all commanded, that are doing business in a corporate capacity are all commanded, and all doing business within those corporations are commanded to state their name and nationality for the record. Islam. Silence is acquiescence. Therefore, those who do not speak when commanded have consented to our universal sovereign jurisdiction authority by way of the sovereign ex parte action, as the corporate parties did fail to appear and or respond point for point. Sovereign ex parte action by the Supreme Justices, who are the living Moorish American Consular Court, are further affirmation that we do not need the permission of anyone to lawfully govern our vast estate. All United States corporation, company, person, or persons are subject to this justice and all subsequent justices and commands of the Moorish American Consular Court. Okay, just going to move this down. Our sovereign government rulings are the supreme law for the land, even in matters ex parte. We the people do hereby state that those United States corporation, company, persons whose name was called are guilty of unlawful occupation of our sovereign, original, indigenous, ancient, ancestral lands. All properties on our land is already in the sovereign possession of the heirs. All corporate fraud and corruption has been removed from our sovereign resources. The American Provost Marshal is hereby notified and commanded to arrest you and place you at Guantanamo Bay Prison, where your decapitation shall occur. All who choose to live and breathe on our land are subject to us and shall obey all sovereign commands, and no public office nor property shall be held by said consenting subjects. Sumos de sanctum unum. We are the holy ones. Nous vivons. We live. Sumus classes tenia abundante imperium. We are the keys to our abundant empire. Amen Ra, Amen Ra, Amen Ra. Dico vobis quecumque suntus veritas super terrum, erum lingata et in caelo et sumus quecumque. Sol veritas super terrum eruntus sunta et in caelo. Amen Ra, Amen Ra, Amen Ra. Dico vobis quecumque sumus veritas super terrum erum clingata et in calo, et sumus quecumque sul veritas super terrum erunte sunta et in calo. Amun Ra, Amun Ra, Amun Ra. Dico vobis quecumque sumus veritas super terrum erunt lingate et in celo, et sumus quecumque sol veritas super terrum erunt suta et in calo. Truly, I say to you, whatsoever we bind on this earth is bound in heaven, and whatsoever we set free on earth is set free in heaven. With the completion of this sovereign Moorish American Consular Court action, we, the heirs, do hereby peacefully tribute to ourselves and to our sovereign heirs that which is rightfully ours according to the will of our eternal, omniscient, omnipotent, omnipresent, infinite, self-existent, self-sufficient ancestors who are present here for this court action. It is hereby complete. Peace and grand rising to the ascended Moorish American nobility, and the grand rising to all of risen humanity. Islam. All sovereign, original, indigenous, ancient, divine American autographs affirming this, and all sovereign, original, indigenous, ancient empire state of Morocco and the de jure Moorish American Republic federal government documents are on the public record at America, Ancient Morocco, Northwest Mexum, Northwest Africa, and the North Gate, Turtle Island, Gaia, Midgard, and Earth. Chronos, time immemorial into perpetuity. Ego Sun, sovereign, governing justice. Roseline, spiritus, sanctus, imamu, Ra, El, Bay. Islam.